dogs to try and find victims.
And right now, Arizona firefighters are hard at work battling the massive Woolsey Fire burning in Southern California. 169 firefighters from across the state and 46 engines are dousing the flames in the middle of dangerous Santa Ana winds. A firefighter we spoke with says he is working 10 to 16-hour days, and their biggest threats are the extremely dry conditions and, of course, that windy weather. Phil Brulio and his team are protecting homes and structures in Thousand Oaks. He says their job is to make sure that area is as fireproof as possible in case flare-ups start again.
The strike team of engines that I've been working with from here, they're all from Arizona. I think everybody's been really about the mission, and the community out here has been fantastic. They're a very supportive community, and it's been really good.
Brulio says he doesn't know when his team will be able to come home. The weather needs to start cooperating before